Welcome to the Windy City Rundown. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. We are back. We're rusty. But it's good to see all of y'all, man. What's going on? The Windy City Rundown is back live and hopefully better than last season, unlike, just like the Bears, hopefully. Jose Contreras right over there. I am Eric Allo right here. It's good to be with you guys once again. It's good to be back. It's good to hopefully see all you guys back. And this time we're back on a consistent basis. Hopefully, we will give you what days we'll be on, and we will post it on our Windy City Rundown page on Facebook. Make sure you guys follow us on all our social media platforms: Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, all the good social media platforms. What's up, Jose? Man, long time no see you on this platform, my guy. How you been?
Good, Eric. I'm still trying to put this on public. I don't know what Facebook did. They changed a lot.
Nice.
So yeah, give me a second. Go ahead.
It's all good. It is all good, guys. We are going to provide, as always, the link on the comment section right below us. Make sure you guys follow us on all our social media platforms. Like I said, link is in the comment section for you guys to join us. We're going to talk about nothing but what's coming up on Thursday. It is the NFL season. Jose, I know you're football ready. I'm football ready too as well. Hopefully the Bears are football ready as they play the Monday night game next week here in Chicago against the Minnesota Vikings, Jose.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot to talk about. Obviously, we missed a lot. We missed a whole summer full of Bears news, posts, and everything. But, Jose, how excited are you for this upcoming season for the Chicago Beloved Bears?
I'm excited, Eric. I'm excited because it's a new season. We finally get to see if Caleb Williams is the guy. We have a new coach, so we're going to get to see what he can do and what the Bears themselves all together are able to accomplish this year. So I'm totally excited. Football season is back. Betting season is back. Fantasy football season is back. It's crazy. I'm excited all around for sure.
Yeah, 100%, man. I think this is like probably. Ooh, I don't know. I can't say it's probably for the first time in a very long time that we feel very optimistic about the Chicago Bears. Simply because of the path that they took, simply because of what they did this past off season, what they brought in offensively, defensively too as well, sort of kind of, but they did beef up a little bit on the defensive end, Jose. So yeah, you're right. The gambling addiction is back. Betting on football is back. You could have betted last weekend on college football. You're gonna have all major, well, not the major sports, but you're gonna have football and basketball. I mean, football and baseball to be betting on for the entire weekend. And if you're a degenerate like myself, you also have soccer that's played around the worldwide this upcoming. Oh no! In 2 weeks, we'll have that because they're on international break this week. But yeah, all the gambling is back unless if you're Illinois. Did you hear about the state tax that they put on the gambling sites, Jose, in the state of Illinois?
No, actually, I haven't.
No, well, if you bet in Illinois, you're going to be hit with a sales tax of 50 cents or something per bet that you make. What? Yeah, it's crazy, right? Good thing we're in Indiana, my guy. It's a good thing we're in Indiana. But Jose, let's get down and dirty with the nitty-gritty of our beloved Chicago Bears, Jose, as they face the Minnesota Vikings, like I said earlier, in week 1 here in Soldier Field, man. And there's a lot of optimism with our Chicago Bears, right? I know there's a lot of outside noise coming from the national media market, but here in Chicago, I mean, I think we're all just a little bit confident and a little bit weary too as well on what the Chicago Bears are going to look like with new head coach Ben Johnson at the helm, with some new offensive weapons like Colston Loveland, drafted this year in the first round, the 10th overall pick. The defense, I mean, they got Grady. They got Grady. They have what's the IO from the Indianapolis Colts. They also got up front. They got Joe Thuney. They got Jackson. They beefed up the offensive line, which we've been screaming for years, Jose. And I think for the first time in a very long time, since I've been a Bears fan, and for sure for you, since you've been a Bears fan, Jose, that the Bears finally have an offense that could compete with today's NFL.
That's what we're hoping for, yeah. But is it? It's not a reality, Eric. Not yet. It's definitely something. That's what we hope this team can do to be that offense. But a lot of it's going to reside. Everything's going to reside on Caleb Williams. Can he be the quarterback
100%.
to, I guess, break barriers here in Chicago? Are we going to get Are we finally going to get a 4,000-yard passer quarterback? Are we going to get a quarterback that leads us confidently to the playoffs and beyond? Similar to how Jaden Daniels did last year with the Commanders. That's what we need to see. But the cynic in me, I don't know if that's the case. I don't know if it can be the case. I hope so. Right? It's what I want. But the Packers only got better.
Yeah.
The Lions are still the Lions. And say what you want about JJ McCarthy, the Vikings are still a well-coached team. And they still got talent. So it's not going to be a walk in the park. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough all around. The Bears got to come out, and it doesn't have to be a blowout, but it has to be a legitimate. We have to see legitimacy from the offense. We have to see everything kind of work as a well-oiled machine for Ben Johnson in that offense and for Caleb Williams.
No, you're absolutely right, Jose, 100%. But honestly, I think like out of most of our shows from we were JCA, from when you and I both started and everything like that, I think I'm the one that preaches a little bit more patience than anything, Jose. And I think I'm still on that same boat too as well. It's Caleb Williams' first year with the new head coach. Again, it's the same trend for the Chicago Bears. A head coach came in that's not his quarterback, but this time it's a little bit different. It feels different, or it seems different, simply because we finally have a quarterback that looks like he could play the position in Caleb Williams. But even on top of that, Jose, I still believe like this is going to take some time. Luckily and fortunately for the Chicago Bears, that the first 4 games before their bye week, they're winnable games. I mean, the Minnesota game is kind of winnable. The Detroit Lions is a toss-up. The Las Vegas Raiders is a very winnable game. Yep. And who they got in between those? I'm missing somebody else. But the point is, the first 4 games, they're pretty winnable for the Chicago Bears. The Bears could be, I expect the Bears to be 3-1 before the bye and before that schedule turns and actually becomes a real juggernaut. But what I want to see from the Chicago Bears, at least in the first 4 weeks, Jose, is how the Bears looked against the Buffalo Bills in that quarter. I just need one drive each quarter to look just like that. That's 28 points right off the bat if the Bears go down and march down and score a touchdown just like how they did that. At least 70% of the time. I know every game is not going to be like that, but at least for 70% of the games this season, Jose, the Bears need to have some type of drive in those games, how they did against Buffalo. And we might be turning some heads, Jose. But for the first time, Jose, it's not the offense that I worry about, it's the defense.
But see, we might be turning heads, but it's more because of Ben Johnson and what he's able to do, right? We already seen,
but Caleb's part of that product.
100%. But we see a little bit of Caleb last year. It's what Ben Johnson can do for Caleb Williams and what Ben Johnson can do for the rest of the team, because it can't all fall on Caleb Williams. You just mentioned the defense that you're worried about. I too worry about the defense, but I can't go and worry so much about the defense if the offense still isn't going to be legitimate. Running back position, I don't think we have strong running backs. I don't. I want to believe that DeAndre Swift is going to be Jahmyr Gibbs-esque, but I don't see it. I don't think he's not as young. He's not as fast, not as durable. So, and Ben Johnson, is going to need that running attack. So, can any other running backs that are behind DeAndre Swift step up? Then offensively, right? You have a lot to throw to. You have Loveland, you have Moore, Odunze, you name it. You have plenty of guys to throw to. And but the thing is, Caleb won't be able to throw to them if he doesn't have time to throw. So then that goes to the offensive line. How well can this offensive line play? during the preseason they looked pretty good, but they were going against backups half the time. So when you go against starters like you did in the Chiefs game, how are you going to fare? And that's my worry. We can't just sit here and automatically think that the Bears are, just because they have Ben Johnson, just because they have Caleb Williams in a second year, they're just automatically going to be good. They have to prove it on the field, and it's history repeats itself, man. History shows us that it's not always going to be easy, especially for Chicago.
Oh no, you're absolutely right, man. For some odd reason, not just only the Chicago Bears, bro, but all Chicago teams kind of fall in that trap of like, man, if this, if that, if this and that, right? We've always have questions about any Chicago team, especially if we feel like they upgraded, right? And this is how we feel about this is how we feel about our beloved Chicago Bears. As you guys are watching the Windy City Rundown here on Facebook and on YouTube, guys, make sure you follow us on all our social media platforms, on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter, on Instagram, on TikTok, all of those platforms. Make sure you guys follow, like, and share all of our episodes that we have for you coming up this upcoming season, and we're gonna be better than ever, Jose.
Yeah.
So, Jose, we got the Vikings, we got the Lions, we got the Cowboys. That's what we have, the Cowboys, and then we have the Raiders before the bye. Jose, I know when we did our predictions this past couple months ago, we said that the Bears more than likely are going to be looking like a double-win digit team.
Yep.
Do you still have that faith? Just like you mentioned before, the news that the Packers made, a couple weeks ago, a couple days ago, the Vikings still being the Vikings with all the talent that they have on both sides of the ball, offensive, defense, with the new quarterback. And the Lions are still the Lions, still coach very well, still have the same talent, just different coordinators, Jose. Do you still feel confident in your wins-loss predictions a couple months back than you feeling today?
I don't remember what I did. Did I give him like 11? I don't remember. But I don't feel as confident, only because the more football starting to ramp up, the more we're starting to read and see and hear all across the league. It's hard for me to really feel confident in what the Bears are able to do, especially with the Packers getting Micah Parsons. I mean, everybody was always talking about their defense. They weren't that bad last year. They just got better. And a lot of people are thinking this year offensively, Jordan Love and that offense is going to step up more. The one thing we know about the Packers is that they're very much well coached. Matt LaFleur can definitely be a Super Bowl winning head coach. I see it.
Yeah.
And it sucks. It sucks, right? But I see the Packers are definitely somebody, I think I had the Bears sweeping the Packers in my predictions. I don't know if I had them splitting or sweeping, but I don't see them sweeping the Packers at all. At the very least, they're going to split or get swept by them. The Lions, I do think, will take a step back, but even taking a step back, they're still a better team because of the talent, because you still have the head coach there. Nothing much is going to change. Yes, you're going to have a different offensive scheme, but you still have a head coach. So that identity is still going to be there. So the Lions are still going to be the Lions. And again, I'm not going to sleep on the Vikings just because of J.J. McCarthy. If anything, I trust that coaching staff there. They still have a lot of talent around that kid. So, yeah, man. I know I'm a bit repetitive, but to answer your question, yeah, I would definitely would have to change my predictions for sure.
Based on that now, if you want,
the division alone.
Yeah, based on the division alone.
The division alone. We haven't even got to the conference, but based on the division alone, I'll have to change it. Yeah.
No, 100%. I feel that way too. And even me too. I think I dialed back a little bit on the wins losses too as well. Then this is just based on paper, what we see, what we know from these teams with no injuries, right? If nobody's injured, this is what we see on paper and where the Bears are at. And honestly, the Kansas City Chiefs last game of the preseason kind of gave us it should have given us a wake-up call, a slap of reality, and how far the Bears are from the creme de la creme, from the elites of the entire NFL, or from the elite NFL teams that we have around here, Jose. And honestly, like, we face a couple of them. You said, I mean, obviously we face, but we got the Bengals, we have the Ravens, we have the Eagles. I mean, you say what you want to say about the 49ers, but we have them. Yeah. And obviously, like you said, in our own division, all of our three teams that we face in our division, they all gotten better. or they're all better than the Chicago Bears with the new additions or departures that we have. And it's going to be tough, man. It's going to be tough. And I hate to say this, but I think the Bears might come last again, dude. I think the Chicago Bears are going to come last in the division this year. Like, even with the new quarterback, the new head coach smell, even with all this going around, I think this is just going to be a year of adaptation and a year of learning. And I think next year is where we should be more critical of Caleb Williams and his overall play and where he can take us to the next level, whether if he can take us to the next level or not. And I see the Bears not having another 500 record this year, bro. I'm sorry, but I don't see it. I can't see it.
Yeah, it's tough.
Because you know I'm right. For you to struggle and say that, like, oh shit, I'm definitely right.
Well, it's because I was feeling the same way. I was feeling it's hard to really come into the season a lot confident when, or just confident in general when year in and year out they just prove you wrong. And I very much don't want to sit here and be like Caleb Williams is not going to be the guy. Look, last year we went into the season very hyped, very thinking that the Bears are just going to be this great team, and they were just going to run over, and they were finally going to arrive, and this is and that, and I feel like this year is just completely different because of the high we were on last year. For me, it's like I can't do that to myself again. I rather come into this season as negative as possible and then be surprised. You know what I mean?
Hit the Zendaya MJ style. Expect disappointment, so you won't be disappointed.
I mean, and at the end of the day, it's like, and just enjoy the moment. Like I'm gonna root for the Bears every single week. Single week, I'm gonna say the Bears are gonna win. The Bears are gonna go. But when they lose it, they're not gonna get me mad like they usually do. They're not gonna upset me like they usually do. Like I'm gonna be disappointed. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not gonna let them affect me. You know what I mean?
No, I hear you. I definitely hear you, dude. But like I said, last year for me, the argument was Caleb Williams just needs to set rookie records for the Chicago Bears franchise. He did that. I think my expectations, exceed those. He passed for 3,000. What was it? 3,400 yards or something like that.
Yeah.
Get 3,800. He passed for 20 touchdowns. Flirt with the 30. Something that the Bears will never ever had in their franchise. Flirt with the 30. Get to 29. Get to 30. Throw more interceptions than your 6 or 7 or 8 that you threw last year, which was impressive, by the way, given that the stipulations of the Chicago Bears were offensively with the offensive coordinator, with the head coach, with another offensive coordinator. For Caleb just to throw single-digit interceptions is beyond amazing. But also at the same time, it just meant that Caleb Williams wasn't as progressive with the ball. He wasn't, taking those risks that a quarterback should make, that a young quarterback should take to learn and understand the NFL defenses. I definitely do believe that Caleb Williams should throw double-digit interceptions. He should have a 2-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio. I will be okay with that. To me, I think those will be perfect numbers. It's just to see. I think this year we should see what Ben Johnson can do for Caleb Williams, which can perceive what are the Bears are going to be. Because if reality is, if Ben Johnson is what he was in Detroit and he can do that to Caleb Williams with the lack of defense that we have, bro, we're going to have a lot of upscoring games, hopefully, to keep us entertained and be like, well, fuck, the Bears were just right there. If only this. The Bears were just there. If only that. Hell, the Bears came out with a win, and thank God, but the Bears this. It has to have, these are these conversations that we need to have week in and week out and be like, fuck, Caleb Williams looks like he's going to be that dude. That's the conversation. That's how we're supposed to be at the end of the year. Like, yeah, even though we didn't have a winning record, even though we would just miss the playoffs, we can rely on Caleb Williams, and that's should be the feeling after week 17 of this NFL season.
Well, that's the thing. That's my question: is if they don't make the playoffs, is it a disappointing season?
No, hell no. It shouldn't be. And I only say that because I think this team still needs to improve in multiple areas on both sides of the ball, offense and defensively. I mean, hell, if we would have made that trade for Michael Parsons, I would have been like, okay, contend for the wild card. You know, if we would have gotten Trey Hendricks, contend for the wild card. I would have been okay with that. But I think this year, the first 2 years, we have to see the growth of Caleb Williams, him taking more risk, and to see if Caleb Williams, as moments and times that he did last year of putting the team on his back, taking them downfield and give us the opportunity to win. I think we need to see more of that, and we need to see more consistent drives from the Chicago Bears on the offensive side of the ball to be a threat in every quarter or in any game, to be a threat to score touchdowns in any drive. I think that's the improvement that we need to see from the Chicago Bears this year with Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams.
So then what would be a disappointment in your eyes? If you talk about a season like, damn, this sucks. Like, what's a disappointment? We're not good. We're not gonna ever be good.
With everybody healthy, like health, like being intact and everything. Not seeing Caleb be successful with everything that he has around. I think if we see him not understanding defenses, him not understanding, where the pressure's coming from up the middle, left, right, reading blitzes, just reading defense in general, and just putting us in situations to where, like, damn, bro, like, for us, by like, I know we had a draft here on Sunday here at my house, and everybody just keeps saying, like, damn, Tyson Bagent is going to be the quarterback by week 6. Like, that conversation cannot happen. Like, that should not be a topic of conversation at all. And I do believe, and I do see and I don't want to see a scenario like that to where it's just like, fuck, man. Like, for once, we finally have this high up and coming quarterback, Heisman winning quarterback in college that should have progressed in the NFL, but really didn't. I think that's going to be the more disappointing part about this season.
I hear you. For me, a disappointing season would 100% be if the Bears just get blown out week after week. if we get like a 50-7 game, 35-10, like blown out where the defense can't stop nothing, and then the offense just can't score. Caleb Williams, like you said, is looks like he's regressing, not progressing, and it just falls off the rails.
100%. Sam on Facebook goes and says he just wants a winning season. He needs to see improvement in every area. The playoffs will be great, but change doesn't happen overnight. And I mean, I 100% agree. I agree to an extent, Sam. And the only reason why I say that is because I guess the improvements need to be seen in every area. I think the more side of the ball that we need to see improvements off, obviously the offensive side of the ball, because of the weapons that were either that we drafted and that we picked up on the offensive line. Obviously, we got the best offensive coordinator that was on the market, this past offseason too as well. And yes, the new coach smell and the new coach bump happens a lot in the NFL to where it surprises the teams, a la last year, the Washington Commanders. I yes, it can happen in the NFL. That always kind of happens. But right now, I think, I think that where the Bears are in this scenario, from not knowing who the pass rusher is and a lot of question marks on whether or not Caleb Williams can succeed under Ben Johnson with this offense that he has that's supposed to be quarterback friendly, I think those are going to be the most two important steps, or the most two important keys for the Bears to have either a great season, an okay season, and hopefully not a bad season. But let's just go for an okay season. Playoffs would be great, Sam, but I just do not see it with, one, the schedule, and B, this division.
Yeah, no, I agree. I want a winning season too. I do. I want, because we deserve it as Bears fans. We deserve a winning season. We need a winning season. I agree to that extent, to like we have to have something to root for and something to cheer for. I just think reality definitely has to be in the back of our minds as far as like, hey, this is still Ben Johnson's first year as a head coach. He inherited a lot of these players. Who knows if some of these guys are even guys that he really wants? You know what I mean? We know he wanted to coach Caleb Williams. Great, cool. You know what I mean? Right. But if Caleb Williams can't fit his scheme, can't fit his system, then it's like, does he start looking at Tyson Bagent? You know what I mean? And I think that's the one thing that, as you mentioned, Eric, a little bit earlier, like we can't have that conversation because if we did, then what the hell? What if we do? What is our future? You know what I mean? Like we like it, and I get it, man. I'm trying to be as positive as possible. It's just that this team burns me way too much when I am positive. So I'm at wait and see mode. You know, I'm gonna root for them every single drive, every single 100%. Game. You name it. I'm gonna root. I'm gonna bleed Bears blue every week. I just can't do what I did last year. Can't.
I hear you, man, and it's gonna be hard. Like our first 4 games, 3 of them are on the road. Or I'm sorry, no, 2-2, 2 home games, 2 away games. Vikings, Lions, Cowboys, Raiders in that order before that bye week. After that bye week, Jose, it goes Commanders away, Saints home, Ravens away, Bengals away, the Giants at home, the Vikings away, Steelers here, Black Friday game at 2 p.m. against the Eagles at Philadelphia. Then the turnaround against the Packers at the Packers, the first game against the Packers in the new look
schedule, man.
Yeah. Then we got the Browns, the Packers, and we finished the season. The last 4 games are the Browns at home, the Packers at home, 49ers away, which we never do good at San Francisco, and we have the Lions on a TBD. That TBD can either be a 12 o'clock game because both teams are either A, they suck, or the Bears are not going to be in playoff contention. It could be a primetime game because both teams still have a chance to make some type of a wild card, game or something like that, depending on other situations. So it's tough. Like I said, after the Raiders game in Las Vegas, that bye week is going to be if I could speak English, it's just going to be bad. How about that? It's going to be bad.
Also, by the way, our comment section isn't working otherwise, so we would put our comments up there. But yeah, I don't know what's going on. We're working out the kinks here. It's been a while. We're back.
It's been a while. Jose didn't want to give me the password to the Facebook for Windy City Rundown, so you know.
No, it was just a little too late to do all that, bro. Yeah.
It's all good. Windy City Rundown.
This is our test run, basically.
This is definitely our test run. We will be back every single week. More than likely, we will be on a Tuesday at around the same time, 7:30. Right, Jose? Probably more than likely.
We don't want to go against Monday Night Football.
No, we definitely don't.
So yeah, definitely too. Which is perfect because next week the Bears play on Monday.
Yeah,
we can react the day after for sure.
100%.
So yeah, 100%.
Yeah, definitely. Man, Jose, it's. I feel like you and I are both here, whether it's because we either had a long day at work or B, we're trying to be very optimistic about this upcoming Bears season, but it just feels like reality really did hit us because of the Kansas City game and because of Michael Parsons, or what did Jerry Jones call him? Michael Parsons. Michael Parsons. Coming to the division and being the Green Bay Packers and facing him twice a year for the next 4 years. It just feels like that move right there just kind of slapped almost every optimism out of our face, out of our body, out of our soul.
Well,
having a good season.
Yes and no. You know what I mean? Like it's one player, right? I just think
it's one player, but it's the Packers.
It's the Packers, right? I mean, it honestly just brings us a little bit down to reality. And I keep using that word reality because it's like we don't know what this team is yet. The Bears, we don't know. We don't, the other teams in the division made the playoffs. Yeah. So it's like we got to compete with that, man. We have to compete with that, and that's going to be tough. So, the only team out of the 3 teams, I mean, obviously, like I said, the Lions took a step back only because of coaching, but they still have those players, and they still have their head coach. So it's not going to be a huge step back. And, if you want to say the Vikings took a step back because of the quarterback, that's fine, but it's still an unknown. We don't know what he can be. And then it's I'm not scared of JJ McCarthy though. I'm not. I think the Bears could definitely beat him and that team. All I'm saying is it's not out of the realm of possibility that they're still a good team. You know what I mean?
I'm just gonna hate the fact that if we can't pressure JJ McCarthy on the first game on Monday night at home, then we're gonna have serious issues.
We're cooked.
We're cooked. Sam goes on Facebook and he says, I have them at 8-9 this season, but 8-9 could be good or bad. If Caleb balls out, shows that he's the guy, understands Ben Johnson's offense, I'll be happy with 8-9. But if it's 8-9 with Caleb struggles, squeeze out close wins because of the defense, I doubt it. Struggles to read defense and understands Johnson's offense, it will be a bad 8-9. We got a lot to wait and see, and that's 100%. I think that's perfect. That's a perfect way to put it.
Yep.
I honestly don't have them at 8-9 anymore, Jose. Hell, I barely struggle to have them at 7-10.
I think 8-9 is a sweet spot for sure. 7-10 is, it's still there. It's still a good spot. You don't want to go backwards. You don't want to go backwards from last year. You want to go forward.
How many games they win last year? 5?
5 or 6. I don't even remember.
5 or 6.
I honestly eliminated last year. I just threw it away. It's not in my mind. I'm like, you know what?
Hey, look. What do I always say? What's my saying, Jose? We've been doing this for so many years about all my teams. What do I always say? Do you remember?
Just be better than last year.
Exactly. Yeah. And if it's 5 wins and I get 7 and it's still a losing record, but 7-10, but I see improvement, guess what? That's a good season. In my book, in my eyes, that's a good season.
Yeah, I don't subscribe to that. I don't. I'm sorry. Winning one more game doesn't mean shit. You know what I mean? Like you gotta 100% show improvement in the areas that matter. Caleb needs to show improvement. The offense needs to show improvement. The defensive line needs to show. The offensive line, we gotta be able to hang our heads high at the end of the season and be like, you know what? I can't wait till next year.
100%.
Not like what the fuck was that? Because last year, what could go wrong went wrong. When it came to coaching, like the way games ended, everything about it. Like it was like we could. I was like, what's next? What's literally next? And they'll give you something different.
Hey, they beat the Packers at Green Bay. Caleb Williams is undefeated in Lambeau Field. That's all I remember from last year.
I remember that. I remember that pissing me off. I was happy and pissed at the same time.
Dude, it's this year, Jose. I honestly do feel like we are going to get what we expect, good or bad, right? And that's the crazy part about it. I think for the first time we're finally going to get answers to questions that we never got our answers to, whether if Caleb is the right quarterback or not. Because I think we kind of figured out right away that Mitch wasn't the guy. I think we kind of figured out kind of way that Justin wasn't the guy. And now with Caleb Williams, with all the hype, I think we're just going to figure out if he's going to be the guy or not. I feel like we should judge him more stronger, more harder next year in his 3rd year when it really matters the most, when he's in the 2nd year under Ben Johnson and his offense. But at least we didn't see a glimpse this year of that Caleb Williams. Okay, that guy can do it. Given another healthy season, I don't think he's going to get sacked 68,000 times how he got sacked last year with Tooney, Dahlman, and Jackson coming in with Darnell right on the right and whatever we get on the left side of the ball. I honestly feel, Jose, like this year will probably be a little bit more positive looking towards the Chicago Bears overall as a team than we are on the negative side. I personally do believe that.
I think so too. I caution everybody to not, bury him right away. I think it's gonna take more time. I say within the middle of the season, we'll start to see exactly who he really is in this offense.
100%.
I think in the beginning of the season, we still got to give him that grace period. Like, okay,
100%.
Keep working. Going back to last year though, like he took care of the football. That's the one thing I was like happy about, but at the same time he was very cautious, and that's another So it's like it's a double-edged sword there. It's like good, you're taking care of the football, no interceptions, great, but you're also very cautious. You're not taking those opportunities to throw the ball, and at the same time he even had the opportunity to. I mean the defense was at him so quickly. So to me that was impressive that he was at least able to take care of it with the little time he had, having the football. But then there was also a lot of times where he did have a chance to throw, he didn't make those right reads, or he overthrew some or underthrew some receivers. So, but it's stuff like that coaching has to help develop him. Yeah, it has to take effect there. And we all know the coaching last year was straight dog shit.
Yeah,
You
facts.
know, lack of better word. So with this new coaching staff, I would like to see his progression. I would like to see his mistakes and how he learns from those. You know, the game after. So that being said, I'm interested in that. Um, I have my optimism is there, Eric. It's there.
Okay.
I'm gonna root for the kid. I hope he really does play well. Um, you know,
Okay.
let's,
All right.
let's
Jose,
say
let's play a quick over under on the most important Bears so far this year. Before we do that, let's go to our Facebook comment section. Sam goes on here, says Chicago fans run quarterbacks out of town so fast. Not every quarterback develops the same. We have to get behind this guy and trust that he's going to do the same thing. I believe in Caleb. I do too,
he's
Sam.
right.
I don't.
He's right though. We're very particular about who we want under center, and I get it. It's because years and years of dog shit quarterbacks or lackluster,
mediocre. I think mediocre is the best word.
Mediocre performances from quarterbacks and coaching staffs and offensive lines and whatever the excuse was.
Yeah.
Of course, we're
100%.
we're very picky, but at the same time, like Sam's right. You gotta give this guy an opportunity to show what he can be. 1 year, look, Jaden Daniels had a magical year.
100%.
I think all Bears fans wanted Caleb to have that type of year.
Yep.
But Jaden Daniels went into a way better situation.
Yep.
With a way better team, with a way better coaching staff who tailored to his needs, who was there for him every single step of the way. Caleb did not. So you got to. I agree with Sam 100%.
No, I really do too, and I don't even think that. Well, you're right. We do run the quarterbacks out pretty fast, but I also do believe in that aspect that we see quarterbacks from all the other teams, and we look like, hey, this is the quarterback that we should kind of have. Right. Let's go back to all the quarterbacks we had. Justin Fields. We kind of knew right away that Justin Fields wasn't the guy, even though he had a historic running quarterback season. Mitch, even though he did take us to 2 playoff appearances, we just kind of knew right then and there, like he wasn't the guy to take us over the hump, or wasn't the guy to even be relied on most of the time. Right. I mean, we had Mike Glennon in between Mitch and Justin Fields. We had Andy Dalton, right, in his back end of the career. We had Mike Glennon. Somewhere in between, we still had Matt Barkley,
Nick Foles.
We still had whatever we had left of Jay Cutler in his contract, right? Somewhere in between there, we still had Jimmy Clausen. Somewhere in between there, we still had Chad Henne.
Or don't forget, what was the guy's name who I can't think of his name. Josh McCown. There you go.
Josh McCown. You know what I mean?
He ran that offense pretty good. Mark Trestman. That's when we were like top 3 in offense. That 1 year,
the first and only year of Mark Trestman that he was there.
Martellus Bennett, man. I love that.
Brandon Marshall, Alshon Jeffrey.
Yeah.
But again, like even the list that we just got before Caleb Williams, and I mean, obviously we could throw in Caleb Williams in there because he is a Bears quarterback after all, and you can also throw in Tyson Bagent because he's also a Bears quarterback in between all. Like out of all those guys, not one of those guys gave you the confidence thinking like this guy can actually take us down. Maybe Jay Cutler every once in a blue moon. Jay Cutler is, I think, as much as weird as this sounds, Jose, but it's also kind of true. Jay Cutler, in our fandom of being Chicago Bears fans, he's been our best quarterback that the Bears have ever had so far.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And he's as mediocre as they come. And his record says it for himself. You know, Sam also said Caleb Henne. You know what I mean? It's just
fuck Caleb Henne for real.
In this list, this is just within the last 15 years, Jose. Just within the last 15 years, I literally named this kind of all, if not 80% of all the Bears quarterbacks that we had in the last 15 years. While the Green Bay Packers up north, this is barely their third. This is barely their second. Aaron Rodgers and now Jordan Love.
Yeah,
but prior to that, Brett Favre.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's sad, bro. But this is life of the Bears quarterback. And what Sam says, yes, we run them out so fast, but just because like we know what we see elsewhere, and it's just kind of like this guy isn't it. This guy is not going to take us to the next level. This guy just doesn't have it. Those are literally these conversations that we have for the Chicago Bears, and it's hard for us to find one. We finally get one, and yet he still gets criticized the most.
And half the time it's not even for stuff he does in the field.
Exactly.
Which pisses me. Look, I get it. Like whatever your flavor is your flavor. What you do out on your, whatever you do in your personal time is you. You know what I mean? Like I can't judge nobody. I ain't gonna judge nobody.
Me neither.
But at the same time, like fuck, bro. Like I'm only gonna judge him what he does in the field.
Same. I'm only gonna judge him for what he does for 60 minutes for the Chicago Bears on Thursday, Sunday, or Monday.
Or Saturdays.
Sometimes Saturdays. I mean, whatever. Oh, Fridays this year because we got them on Black Friday. So Friday, Sunday, and Monday. Thursday, Friday, Sunday, and Monday.
Friday, I am really excited for that Chargers Chiefs game. I think that's going to be a good game.
That's the one in Brazil, no?
Is it in Brazil?
Is it in Brazil?
It could be. I don't care where. Brazil, United States, Panama. I don't give a fuck. That game is crazy. I'm excited for that game.
Yeah, I'm just excited for football to be back. Sort of, kind of, not really. Just for the fantasy side of purpose things, the 100%. Fantasy side of it all. I could care less. All I care about is the Bears for 60 minutes, and that's it.
You got the fantasy belt right there. I'm gonna give you your shine a little bit. Hold on.
Oh yeah. By the way, I got a new toy this year, right here. The fantasy football belt from the JCA. Last year I had a big old trophy. This year I have a championship belt. Just to let you know that I am that guy in fantasy football. In case you guys wondering, you can't win them all, but I always have something at the end of the day. So that's what I said. But by the way, this bad boy does have a little weight to it, So I was shocked in how much weight this belt has, but it's pretty dope. But on the plus side, I can also say with happiness too, that the next person on here that has this is also the man right there who is with me on this show as well, Jose Contreras. We have two names on this list, Jose, Tony Football, and myself, Tiny Diggs. So we're going to have this. This is actually for our JCA Fantasy Football League, is this belt. So if you're joining us tomorrow, this is what you guys are playing for. I will bring this along, and this is what you guys are going to have to take off of me if you guys want.
Yeah, right now, that money, you know what I mean?
That money, right now, as I make a mess right here on my thing, just raising up, to your champ right here for at least the next, hopefully another 2 years, because I'm not giving this bad boy up.
Yeah, I'll get it back. We've been doing the JCA Sports, league since 2020. So this is what, it's fifth year, doing it.
Yes, I know my compadre Angel won it the first time.
But since we've been doing it, we've had, because there are so many people in the league. There was one time we had 3 different leagues. Remember?
Yes, that's the one that my compadre Angel won, and then we did it again. That's the one that I won.
Just for one thing, that's what I'm saying. So, legitimately, we've restarted it in 2023 with just with 12 teams. I won it that first year, so my name's on the belt. Eric won it last year.
Yep.
So,
But again, if you join the JCA one, if you're watching, this is the bad boy right here. I think I'm just gonna finish the show just rocking like this, Jose, and I may do it for every Bears win, just wearing this belt like this for however the longevity of our show is.
Oh shit! What I gotta fix, man?
Hey, Jose, real quick, go ahead as you fix our monitor right here, Jose. We're gonna play a little bit over and under on key Bears players, on where we feel like the Bears are going to be. Let's be realistic about it, Sam, I'm gonna love that. I'm gonna love that comment right there.
I can't even see it. I can't see it.
I know. I could see it.
Freaking Facebook. I don't know what's
That's
going on.
You. But Sam says, I got that dog in me. 100%.
That dog.
I got that dog.
That dog.
Hell yeah. All right, Jose, let's play a little over and under. It's right now, it's just all Caleb Williams. So we're going over and under completion percentage at 62.5%. We're keeping it at that because that's his numbers from last year, and that's the only numbers we can base off on.
What was it last year?
62.5% over and under on completion percentage on that.
He's going over.
All right. On yards, his yards were 3,541 yards over and under.
I think he goes over. The one thing about Ben Johnson is he's not scared to throw the football. He's not scared to throw. He's not scared to run up plays where it's long distance throws. He's not scared to go for it on fourth down. So I think with that alone, Caleb goes over.
All right. With that being said, over and under 20 touchdowns.
That's over. I can see 25, 22, 25.
Okay.
Yeah.
This definitely has to be over, especially if he's throwing 25 touchdowns. But six interceptions.
6 interceptions. Yeah, I can see it going over for that same reason. The more plays that get called with him throwing a little bit further, I think there's going to be interceptions there, and that's fine. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. It just can't be in situations that are going to cost us the game.
Yeah. And then obviously this number has to be under 68 sacks.
Yes. Again, that's another thing that's naturally has to go down because of the offensive moves we made in the offseason. 100%. You got to put some respect on those guys that we signed. So yeah, for sure under.
All right, Jose. This is not really an over/under question. Well, actually, yes, it is. Over and under the amount of games DeAndre Swift starts for the Chicago Bears. Over and under 7 games.
That's tough because injury. I feel like injury is always an issue with him. I think if healthy, over for sure.
Okay.
I don't see him losing his. I don't see him losing his position to one of the guys that are. I don't know unless Roschon Johnson comes out of nowhere. And I can't even pronounce the other guy's name.
Kyle Monangai.
Yeah, Monangai. I don't know much about him. If he can show up and show out, then cool, right? But as of right now, I don't see his position being taken over by any of those 2 guys. So
I honestly feel like Monangai would be the starting running back by week 9. I really do. I have high hopes for that guy. That guy runs with conviction.
Then draft him.
I drafted him.
Where?
In one of the leagues, I drafted him. Trust me, I got him. All right, Jose, over under 95 receptions for DJ Moore.
95? He
got 98 last year.
You got 98 last year? I'm going to say under. I can see him having 95 or 90, but only because of, dude, we have a lot of weapons. Receiving wise, we have a lot of weapons receiving wise, and I feel like DJ Moore and Caleb I still have yet to see that chemistry where DJ Moore's number 1. I see it more with Rome. I see it more with Rome. I think Rome will eventually end up being the number 1 target, wide receiver wise. Because it could also be Loveland. I mean, we've seen in the preseason those guys definitely have chemistry, right? Even though Caleb Williams isn't a rookie, but a young quarterback's best friend, still a tight end, and for me. He has 2 legitimate ones. I still like Cole Kmet. So, yeah, I don't know. I would love to see DJ Moore because of how much money we're paying him be the number 1 guy and have over 98 receptions.
Yeah.
But it's going to be tough when you still have Rome Odunze. You still have Luther Burden, who I hear is doing great. You still have Zachariah. Wait, is it Zacharias, whatever his name is.
Zacchaeus.
Zacharias. Oh my God.
Zacchaeus.
Yeah, you still have Zacchaeus. You have a lot of weapons on that offense, dude. I feel like I'm still missing somebody.
You are.
I feel like I'm still. That's what I'm saying. And then DeAndre Swift is a pass catching running back. Let's not forget. He is going to have that ability. I guarantee you, Ben Johnson's going to run up some plays where he catches the ball. So for those who still have a draft coming up, DeAndre Swift still might be some good value at the end.
100%. All right, Jose. Keenan Allen had 70 receptions last year. Who's going to be close to getting those 70? Rome Odunze, Colston Loveland, Cole Kmet.
Oh, Odunze's going over that for sure. I can see Loveland around there, maybe a little bit more, but yeah, I see those 2 guys.
Cool. So last year, the one who led the Bears in touchdown, unfortunately, isn't here anymore. And Keenan Allen with 7.
Yeah.
who is going to be the first? Who's going to be the Bears to which receiving Bear is going to have 7+ touchdowns this year?
I would say Loveland. A tight end is a young quarterback's best friend. The dude is fast. The dude is big. I could totally see him being a red zone threat. So I would say that, but I wouldn't. I also wouldn't. I think if DJ Moore is not going to get that many receptions, I think he'll get the red zone one. I could totally see DJ Moore also being a 7, 8, 9 touchdown guy in the red zone.
Well, he had 6 of them last year, 6 touchdowns last year.
He's for sure. Yeah, then I would say DJ Moore.
Cool. Yeah. All right. So, do any of the Bears receivers, Rome, DJ, Cole Kmet, Lovely, any of them go over 1,000 yards reception? 1,000 yards receiving, should I say? Sorry.
I don't know. I don't think so. I think with so many, you gotta pass the rock to everybody. With so many mouths to feed, I'm gonna say no. I think one of those guys will get to 800. I think that'll be the highest.
All right. So last year, DJ Moore led the Chicago Bears in receiving yards with 966 yards.
But never mind. Maybe it can happen. I don't know. I just think there's so many mouths to feed, bro.
I hear
and again, like Cole Kmet's still gonna get some throws, some passes for sure. So yeah, I don't know. That's gonna be tough. It's a good problem to have when you have studs like all those studs that need the ball. Holy shit! But yeah, those big ass spiders just right. I've never seen one so big in my life. Where the fuck did he come from?
Nice. That's what she said. No, yeah, I mean, I hear you, man. It is a lot of mouths to feed. It is a lot of actually offensive talent that we have around there with a very good, or not very good. Let me not say very good. Upgraded offensive line. I think that's the perfect word to say it. I think anybody could be up for grabs. Hell, I could see where DJ and Rome Odunze, which I hope those two crack 900 yards in receiving yards. I can hopefully see where Colston Loveland and Cole Kmet are flirting with double-digit touchdown receptions. Hopefully that's good to have. You know what? It is good. I need to see those numbers intensify, grow, you know, whatever the word may be, however you want to say it. But I need to see those guys come down and be a threat for the Chicago Bears offense one way or another. I honestly do feel like Colston Loveland may lead the team in yards for tight ends because it's a big ass target. But also, you know, Cole and Loveland can play off each other. I mean, hell, that drive against the Buffalo Bills, we could kind of see like one pass was to Loveland for a nice, 8 yards dig, and then you see a very long drive up the middle for Cole Kmet to give us that gap. I can see us do a lot of two tight end set, for the Chicago Bears to run their offense. Hell, whatever help they could get. I'm excited for the Chicago Bears. Definitely on the offense side of the ball, I can see Caleb's numbers just increase by a lot. I can see him flirt for 4,000 yards. I can see him flirt for the 30-yard touchdown or passing that we never had for the Chicago Bears. I can see Caleb Williams be that record guy this year. I definitely can. Does it mean that it's going to lead to more wins? Hell no. I don't think so. It just means that the Bears might be it just might be a team to probably be reckoned for next season that we should all be excited for.
Yeah, a lot of it depends on coaching. So,
I mean, hell, this coaching staff is going to be good, bro. It's going to be good, and it's going to be intact for multiple years. That's for damn
I
sure.
agree. I have good faith in this coaching staff for sure. That's why it's really important for Caleb to shine, because it's like you can't blame everyone else, every single time. You can't always blame the offensive line. You can't always blame coaching. Like,
100%.
At some point, I get what we were saying, like we're gonna have to give him time and everything, but at some point, there's gonna have to be fruits. There's gonna have to be fruits to this labor. You know what I mean? Like we're gonna have to start seeing something from him. So, yeah, it's important to see his development for sure.
100%. Jose, as we close down the show here on the Woody City Rundown on Facebook, on YouTube, thank you for Sam for commenting on saying, Comadre, what's up? Comadre said, can you kill it, please? Nah, don't kill the spider. There he goes. There he is. He's all gone now. Thank you, everybody for watching. Again, The champ is here for the JCA Fantasy Football League right here. The GOAT, the only true champion right here. I'll be posting and flashing it for every Bears win this upcoming season. Jose, since we're not going to do a show until after the Bears game, what are your predictions for? Damn, if I could put this on correctly, what's your predictions for the Monday night game against the Minnesota Vikings as we close the show?
Bears will win 27-24 against the
Oh,
Minnesota
nice.
Vikings
That's a close ass game.
off a field goal from Cairo Santos.
Shit, bro.
With a drive from Caleb Williams to get us to field goal range. Bears are back, baby.
Bears are back, baby. I also, too, have the Bears winning. I don't have it as close as you. I have it more like a 28-20 type game. I'm just worried that, maybe your score line is a little bit more closer than my score line because I don't know what we're going to get from this defense, my guy. I don't. And that's the scary part about it. And I feel like we're going to have these same conversations like, hey, the Bears have an easy defense. Can the defense do their part in holding up their offense? I think we're going to have a lot of high-scoring games. But you know what? I'd rather have those high-scoring games because that means that the Bears are thriving, driving, and scoring touchdowns. Ooh, I like that. Hell yeah. We're going to do that. So thank you guys for watching. We will be on next Tuesday to talk about the Bears versus the Vikings on the Monday Night Football game. We're going to be out very late. We're going to have a very short sleep. Jose and I for that Tuesday, but we will still be here at 7:30. We'll post you guys up. We will do a lot more posts on Facebook, so make sure you guys follow us on all our social media platforms, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all those good happy spots. Make sure you follow us there. Hit the little bell on our Facebook page and also on our YouTube page to get notified when our shows are live. Just subscribe on our page too as well. We are going to be out here a lot more often. We are going to do a lot more posts on our social media. We are going to take this serious from here on out, as we say every single year, every single season. But Jose, before we leave, any last words?
Bear down. We're either going to be happy or mad or sad next week. So, bear down. Regardless, we'll be here.
Bear down, that is for sure. For Jose Contreras, I am Eric Avila. We will see you guys next Tuesday. Talk about Bears, Vikings. And as always, Jose, hit that outro. We'll see you guys next week.
Outro's not working, Eric.
We'll see you guys next week.
Here we go. Hold on.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
He's running like he's got a lobster down his pants, showing that he is as slippery as a bar of soap. Like poop through a diarrhea-infected goose.
Commented about it.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm not laughing about it. You think this is funny? I take this serious.
I'm not.
Real serious. I put my heart and soul into this every single week.
Are we done here?
It's about time.